Finally, we're here with Tuesday Talking. Okay, before we officially start, I do want to say that I am going to try to upload this specific Tuesday Talks to YouTube. So we're going to try something today. Obviously, do the Instagram Tuesday Talks, and then I want to try to get this up permanently on YouTube. So many of you ask for me to save these, which you can on Instagram for 24 hours, but I want to try to get some of these up on YouTube. So let's hope that that works. Sorry for the delay. I was ready to go, went to set up the live, and then there was no live button, and I freaked out, and then I realized I had gotten a notification for updating software on my iPad that I had ignored for about 2 weeks straight now. And as we know, the updates on these products take a while, so we updated and we're good. So now you can see, which I think all of us are probably in this boat, I was just going to have my full leaf matcha tea, healthy. But then that happened, so now we also have a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. So cheers to Tuesday at 2:30 on the West Coast. That is what we are doing today. All right, it's been a month, I tell you. And I know for some of you, probably longer than a month. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of everything today. We have some great questions that I'm going to talk about and answer. I'm going to talk about guests I have coming up on Instagram Lives this week and next week. And then I want to ask you, too, about others that you would like to see. We're going to talk choreographing skincare routines and options you can do being at home right now and different ways you can use your products. I feel like I should have a sip of the green tea because I had a sip of the white wine, which the green tea is going to get pushed to the side now. Let's be honest. Anyway, so yes, I hope everybody is safe and healthy and inside. Well, obviously, I mean, you could be outside watching it live, but hopefully you're inside watching live. Anyway, all right, I'm going to start answering some questions, and then we will go from there. Oh, okay, well, here we go. This is perfect. I actually prepared for this one. It is not what I'm currently drinking, but favorite white wines. Perfect time to ask that question. So if you can, it's going to be backwards for you. I don't know if you can see that. I've fallen in love with this Italian white wine. We can actually only get it at a pizza place down the street, and they have been offering to-go wines during this time, which has been super helpful. But Tenuta, Tenuta, Etna Bianco, it is delicious. 2018, that's my favorite white wine. Right now I'm drinking Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc. Because I think actually Kim Crawford, for the price, makes some really good wines. They're not my most favorite, but whenever you just want a good wine, you know it's not going to be bad, easy to find. Kim Crawford. A great rosé, a great Chardonnay, a great Pinot. Great Sauvignon Blanc. Current favorite sunscreens. Actually, so there's one I have on right now, which I thought I was loving, and I won't talk about the brand, but today, for some reason, my skin is not loving it. I mean, we're going through things by being indoors and having very odd diets now in times of meals, and I don't know, I had chips for lunch, so there goes my health kick. But I still stand by a lot of the Super Goop sunscreens I really, really, really like. I always talk about the one in the jar. Actually, I feel like my skin needs that right now. I need that extra moisture. I think it's an SPF 40. I hate, the packaging is weird. I must say the packaging is weird. And I like their Everyday SPF 50, which I think also might be renamed as well. I really love Josh Rose Brooks' Tinted Nutrient Day Cream, especially for a zinc-only SPF. I feel like I'm missing one. But yeah, those are my favorite sunscreens. And would love to know what you're all doing with your routine. So I'm going very... So my skin's been going through it because I've been trialing a lot of different products for the line, working on things, plus experimenting with things. And so I've given up a morning cleanse. I know, right? And I'm going to see how that goes. And I really want to push through that. And I've also been going way, way less is more, cleanse and moisturize, and that's it. And then in the morning, no cleanse, and then maybe Hydrate, Antioxidant mix and SPF, or just SPF. So, yeah, I don't know, I threw that out there. But I would love to know what everybody else is doing with the routines currently. If anybody's like trialing something, or I know that some people were going to like really go hard with retinol. Still be gentle, please. Still be gentle, please. Thank you. Oh. Okay, there's 2 questions. I'm just trying to think of, okay. Thoughts on P50 for non-sensitive skin? Fine. It is an acetoner. There's still some ingredients in it, though, that could be reactive even on a non-sensitive skin. So know that. There's also many different versions of it. So find your sweet spot with it. And find your sweet spot, too. I'm not a believer in that it's a twice-a-day, everyday lotion. Sorry. Maybe for that small percentage that can deal with that. That's just simply too much, in my opinion. But lovely product by itself. It's just twice a day, every day. I don't know. Okay. How to repair the lipid shield on skin. Give up on retinoids for a while. Okay, so your hydrolipid barrier matrix, whatever you want to call it, your barrier function of the skin, which is a mix of ceramides and fatty acids and cholesterols and sebum and sweat and all of that stuff composing this lovely, beautiful, healthy, it's what gives the skin that beautiful dewiness, plumpness, and things like alpha hydroxy acids, scrubs, even too hot of water, foaming cleansers, stress, diet, retinols, vitamin C's, they can all exacerbate and break down. So would it just be retinoids? No, not necessarily. I mean, that will help. But you have to look at your routine, and maybe you're using a retinol that is too strong, maybe you're using it too often, maybe you're using it in conjunction with acids too often, or you're exfoliating too much. But then you also want to add things in. You can't just back off of things. You still want to then repair and replenish. So you want to look for ceramides, peptides, humectants, aloe, glycerin, hyaluronic acid, sodium PCA, fatty acids, oils. Grapeseed oil is a favorite, cranberry seed oil is a favorite, rosehip oil, butters, mango butter, shea butter, etc. So you do want to repair as well as sort of putting things down by the wayside. And Narada and I talked about this on Friday of last week, and we talk about it on our acids video too, where when that happens, we do sort of want people to get out of it, just because is it necessary for people to completely remove those things from their product diet? Not necessarily, but the thing is, people still tap into, like, if a little is good, a lot is better, and, it's going to be another 2 steps forward, 2 steps back type thing, so I would rather just have them remove it, and get the skin in a really great standing place. Feed it, as Narada says, feed it, and then be able to give your skin what it needs. Okay. Is the question coming? Okay. Where does the antioxidant serum fit in the Jordan Samuel skin routine? So the antioxidant serum, in my head, is created like a booster. It's a serum. It is a serum by nature. However, you can mix it in with the Hydrate facial serum. You can use it by itself. You can mix it in with one of the facial oils, or you can mix it in with the performance cream. And I know some people want more defined answers than that, but the freedom is, after cleansing, after misting or toning, you can go in with the serum, and then other serums, you can mix it with the serum, you can mix it with oils, you can mix it with the performance cream, so you can really do whatever with it. Think of it more as a booster. It has a dry oil feeling with no oil in it, no silicone in it. It's green tea, resveratrol from red wine, grapeseed, olive fruit, and pomegranate juice. It is amazing, amazing antioxidant protection. Amazing during the day under an SPF, but you can use it at night if you like. Some people like to mix it with the performance cream and have that be their moisturizer before their SPF step. Some people, like myself, mix it in with Hydrate facial serum and then use an SPF on top. So there is no wrong way to use it, and you don't have to have 19 different layers. You can just keep it very simple and very straightforward. Let's see. Thank you. More Jordan Ballet videos, please. Unfortunately, I actually had to jump through hoops to get the rights to 2 ballet videos I have. One I have easy access to on my iPad, which is why you see it go up. But I have rights to the other one, not the music rights, but I need to get that one uploaded. I don't know how, though, as I'm realizing it's on like a disc, and I don't have any type of computer with a disc or CD. So I will figure that out. Not that people really want to see me dancing, but don't make me dance. Aha! Love this question. We will talk about this more in depth on the feed on Instagram, but we're all washing our hands a lot right now. What do you do for hand care? It is not good. I mean, you can't really see, but my knuckles don't usually look like that. It's not good. So what I do is I do excessive things. But I'm telling you this, it does work because I do this at night. The problem is, because we're washing so much, I have not been putting on a ton of cream during the day because I just feel like I put it on, then I have to go wash it off again. So I've really only been doing this hand care routine at night, which is super helpful. At night, I wake up and my hands feel comfortable, and then I do the first wash, and it's backtracking a little bit, so that's been the problem. But it's good to be washing your hands, obviously. Okay, so here's what I do, and I'm not even kidding. We're doing like a facial routine on the hands. Narad and I talked about this last week too, I think, and the reason we don't recommend foaming cleansers is for this exact reason. This is what it will do to the surface of the skin over time. And especially with both the hands, but the face too, receiving all the elements when you're outside, and we're constantly touching the face, you can imagine foaming cleanser just going to exacerbate dryness and irritation and dehydration, yada, yada, yada. So I do a layer of Hydrate facial serum, do about a dropper full, put it all over my hands. I told you it was excessive. Okay, then I take Rodin Crema, Oleoluso. I prefer the original one, which is jasmine and neroli. It smells exactly like the first night we were in Sicily having dinner, and there was these beautiful jasmine flowers outside. I mean, it's like an exact transport back to that moment. Oh my God, I love it so much. They also have a lavender one, and they have a geranium neroli, but I'm telling you, if you like jasmine, geranium orange blossom, which is sort of the same, but jasmine neroli is the best. I mixed, even though this is rich in oils, I still want even more. So you have the humectants going on, then you're having that sort of cream humectant oil step, but I still put in more oils, especially because this has the CoQ10 and the soy bioflavonoids, which will help irritation and inflammation. So mix these two together. Usually I will stop there, but I've been using Common's Magic Balm, which I imagine she's in Italy. I don't know if I imagine she's not shipping. I don't know. It doesn't smell like anything. I don't know what I'm smelling. She has ones that have essential oils. But this is a balm that's beeswax, coconut oil, and olive oil from her olive farm that she produces. It is one of the best olive oils I've ever had. I seal it in with this sometimes. Super excessive, but my hands have been waking up very, very happy. On a note about Common. So Common Mohammadi is the author of a book I've talked about a lot on here and also on the Italian collection page on Instagram of Bella Figura, how to, I think it's Live, Love, Eat the Italian Way. One of my favorite books. She agreed to do a live this Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so 1 p.m. Eastern. She is in outside of Florence in Tuscany, and I just felt like it would be really great to have her on and to talk about ways that we can bring Bella Figura into our homes, since we all are essentially in our homes for a while now. But she's just lovely. This card comes in her book. I highly recommend getting her book as well. It's a perfect read, especially right now. It'll transport you to someplace else. It'll also put a lot of life lessons in perspective. And a lot of these things can also equate to really good skin. I always talk about the skin being the external nervous system, the mind-body-spirit connection. I've talked about when I have had anxiety very bad previously and was put on medication, something I saw was a beautiful clarity in my skin. I've since been off of the medication, and I meditate a lot more now, and that's another thing that helps and really helps clarity in the skin. But I think all of that is sort of, that's just like a light touch, but easy to see the results, but it's all part of the Bella Figura lifestyle. This is all also in the blue zone category that I always talk about. Granted, some of these things that I'm going to read from her card right now aren't applicable to current times, which is why I want to have her on too and talk about other things. But here are some tips to make Bella Figura work for you wherever you are. Drink a spoonful of excellent quality extra virgin olive oil 4 times a day. I've been doing that. I love it. I love lubricating from the inside out. Get your coffee to stay. Make sure it is of excellent quality and forget the to-go cup. Love that. Eat the best quality whole fruits, vegetables, meats, and cheeses that you can find. The food that you eat should give you pleasure while eating it. Love. Wherever you are, pause for meals, lay a proper place, and turn off all screens. Love that. Seek out your community. Don't be fooled by the remote connection offered by social media. However, I think she will address this. Currently, this is our community, and this will be a time to connect via lives. A lot of more people are doing lives, so I'm super, super excited and happy about that. Connect with family and friends on FaceTime. Stay in connection. Seek out groups on Facebook. It's all we have right now, so it's super important, and that would still be part of the Seek Out Your Community. Please order the book. I'm telling you, Bella Figura, how to, maybe the actual title is on the back here. Bella Figura, How to Live, Love, and Eat the Italian Way. Kamen Mohammadi. Seize any opportunity to get moving, be it taking the stairs, doing the coffee run at work, or hovering with gusto. For me right now, that's apartment workouts, but keep moving. Push-ups, sit-ups, a little bit of cardio, running in place. If you're able to take stairs in an apartment building or in your home, lovely. I love this one, walk with style. Good posture is all important. Walk tall as if offering your heart up to the sky. Seek out nature, be it a city park, a tree on your street, or some wild place. Obviously, we'll do that in due time. Seek connection, return calls, reply to texts and emails, be reliable. Love that. Be happy, you always have the choice. So Common will be on Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific. I cannot wait. I'm also planning on recording that too. I've saved space in my iPad so I can put these up on YouTube. So not only do we get the 24 hours on Instagram, you can head over to Jordan Samuel Skin on YouTube and get all the videos on YouTube. That was a really long answer for what you do for your hand care. But I thought it was perfect because we were talking about Common Balm, which I adore, by the way. And back to skin. Day after retinol, my skin glows. The second day, I get bumps all over. Is it just not for me? Possibly. And that happens with, so for me, for instance, if I use a new acid product, say I'll use it at night, I wake up the next morning, I'm like, oh, my skin likes this. My skin likes this. And then maybe in 24 hours, there's some bumps. So be careful saying that it may not, this is where it gets a bit complicated. It could certainly, I know so many people that just cannot get on with retinol. We've fed their skin, we've built it up. They get on with acids, but not retinols or not acids. I'm sort of living proof of that too. But don't jump to that conclusion right away. Check out the strength you're using. Check out the frequency you're using. I'm assuming, though, if this happens once, obviously, you're not using it that much. But also back off of it for a while and build that barrier back up. A lot of these things stem from a weakened barrier. A lot of people would say it's the purge, which, yes, you get more of a purge from prescription strength product. You can get a slight purge from acids and retinols over the counter. However, that purge is so minor, it might be 1 or 2 little things popping up there. It's not going to be bumps. It's not going to be red and irritated and inflamed, and it's not going to be all over the place. That's not a purge. That's more of irritation, inflammation, broken down barrier, weakened barrier. So start there. 2, also look at everything else you're using. Maybe is there an acid in your cleanser? Are you also still acid toning at the same time you're using retinol? And if you just tip the scale too much, and maybe if you alternate your acids and retinols. But again, you can only play with that once you remove everything. Get the skin strong and sturdy through a gentle routine, which I think I just posted about on YouTube last week. Really great gentle cleansing, great gentle serums, great gentle moisturizer, something like the Performance Cream, and a really great SPF. And stay on that and feed and build and feed and build and feed and build. And then once, and like I'm talking weeks. Then once it's in a really strong place, then maybe add in one of those things, whether it's a retinol or acid. And then see how it goes. And again, don't do it every single day. Gentle, once a week, maybe twice a week, go for a few weeks, then build up. And some people say like, well, yeah, but I've been using my acid and my skin was fine with the acid, then I added the retinol in. The thing is, it could be that combination that's creating it, so you want to then pepper things back in ever so lightly and ever so gently. So food for thought there. But knowing that not everything is for everyone, and there are many other great things. Peptides, they help to stimulate fibroblast cells, they bind water to the skin, and are just a lovely, lovely ingredient, one of my favorites. Acids are great, vitamin C is great, retinols are great, antioxidants are great, SPF is great. So there's many other things you can use and do to have a really great, healthy skin. I see somebody asking where we can find Common's Magic Balm. There is, I think you just email her, but there is, I was trying to see if it's on here and I don't have my phone because I would have done the Instagram Live on my phone, but my phone's dying because we're on devices constantly now. I believe Common, Kamin, Magic Balm is her Instagram for that, for the balm itself. I keep smelling the unscented balm. That's weird. But if you find that page, you can connect through that as well. And then Common also has, I'm actually going to be sharing a picture of her probably after this live with questions for us for Friday and a countdown. And I will put all of her info there as well. I like these spam messages we just get now. Happy day. Why, thank you. I mean, yes, happy day. I'm happy that I'm healthy. I'm happy all of you are here and healthy. So many great questions. Where would you place your Hydrate Mist in a routine that also includes a hyaluronic acid and a moisturizer? So I would say you wouldn't necessarily need it, first of all, though it's a lovely product to add in and can really add a lot of oomph to your routine. So what I would do is I would do cleanse, mist with this, while this is still damp, then apply your hyaluronic. So the hyaluronic will then be going onto a damp skin that is damp with humectants, glycerin, red seaweed, hyaluronic acid, tamarind, cucumber, and then put your moisturizer on top. Yes, you could sandwich if you wanted to and do a misting after that. So mist, hyaluronic, mist, then moisturizer. That's too much for me. Sometimes I do that. Too much. But that's how I would use it. Oh, God. This is a great question. You try a lot of new products. What is your process for testing a product? So it depends on what the product is, right? If it's a cleanser, that's much easier to figure out and to pair, and a lot comes down to ingredients, texture, removability, rinsability, however you want to call it, where it fits, what skin condition and skin type it's for. Obviously, it gets trickier with things like retinols or acids or exfoliating products or moisturizers. And what I try to do is I go back to a very basic, generic routine while I'm trialing the one new product. So I'll do things like the After Show Treatment Cleanser for sensitive skin will become my cleanser. No acids, no fragrance, no essential oils, no aromatic extracts. And I'll do, for sure, Hydrate Serum and Performance Cream. Sort of, that's probably my go-to, skin's going to be okay routine. And then with that, then I will add in whatever else it is, whether it's an acid or a retinol. If you see somebody dancing in the reflection, that is my husband, who is at home as well. But no, he's laughing at himself. So it can be tricky, and that's also part of the reason why bringing out a new product takes so long is also the testing of the formula. So I could be testing a formula for weeks alongside my business partner Aaron, with my husband, with other customers and clients, And sometimes I feel like I hate it, and other times I feel like I love it. And so I need that time to like actually figure out. So that time is also built into the manufacturing, everything else that's going on with the process. So it takes a while. It takes a while to perfect the formula, then it takes a while to approve the formula, then it takes a while to manufacture the formula. So, yes, somebody found Common's Magic Balm. Thank you. Send her a lot of love. She is in Italy, and she has a heart of gold. My husband and Aaron, my business partner, and I had the pleasure of meeting her in London last month. The last night we were in London, actually, and it was it was icing on the cake. I love this more spam we got going on here. Hey, do you like cats? Have you seen my page? Yes, I love cats. Great questions. Oh my God, so many questions. Oh my God, oh my God. What do you think about azelaic acid? Love it. Love it in helping to sensitize sensitive skin, in a rosacea-prone skin. Don't think of it, though, like an alpha hydroxy acid. Use it in conjunction with an exfoliant. However, if you were somebody that is suffering and rosacea-prone or sensitive, I would gear more and put you more in the boat of fruit enzymes, things that are just going to have that chemical reaction of dissolving that dry, dead cell, not going any deeper into the skin, not inflaming the skin. But lovely, but I don't think of it personally as an exfoliant. But great for treatment of redness and inflammation. I was trying to see if I had... These are all great questions. Will the retinol oil help with closed comedones? Yes, it absolutely could. Closed comedones can be stubborn. Nerida talked about a bunch of closed comedones through this area and having a sensitivity to dairy. That can be another thing. A lot of times closed comedones have to use, depending on the state you're in and if it's legal for the esthetician to use it, a lancet to open it and then extract it without breaking the skin and creating a scab. And you definitely don't want to extract closed comedones yourself. Please don't. And but retinol, absolutely, it's speeding up cell turnover. It can help. But again, that help is not 1 or 2 days. It could be weeks down the road. But I've seen it in many clients who've been on the retinol oil firsthand. For instance, my best friend Jonathan, I see complete clarity in his skin, but that didn't happen in 1 week and 2 weeks. It was consistent use of the product. Now, not just the retinol oil, any product. If you happen to be using a product and you're seeing other things, maybe inflammation or irritation because you are sensitive to retinol or something else in the product, maybe that's not the product to be, doing that with. But yes, if you stay on it consistently, it can absolutely help. Peptides, or maybe just it's first of all, it's just copper. To clarify, it is just copper peptides that this has come up with. I actually don't use copper peptides in the formula. I don't have experience with copper peptides. I have absolutely read all the articles about copper peptides and hair growth. I don't know. I don't know fact or fiction. I would ask. It's something I'm very straight about is chemists should talk about ingredients and the science behind ingredients. Estheticians should talk about skincare and caring for the skin. And so I do also, I don't have experience with this, so it'd be great for a chemist. Maybe that's who I should get on here. We actually wanted to do this back in July, but Stephen Coe, he is a chemist and would love to have him on here and answer all the questions like that for all of you. Right? I feel like that's a good guess. We're going to line up great guests. I want sort of the plethora of estheticians and authors like Common and people to uplift us and lifestyle things and chemists. And maybe let's get a derm on here too. Okay. I'm just going to anytime I get a question that seems sort of Spanish, I'm just going to answer it. What form of public transportation do you prefer? Well, that's interesting. Not a car because I don't know how to drive, but that's probably I use that the most frequent. I would say air only because my favorite places in the world I have to get to by air, which is Italy. and or Turks and Caicos. Boat, because that's amazing. So I'm answering every answer. Awesome, cool. All righty. What is your favorite thing about working in this industry? Everything. I love skin. I love skincare. I love the beauty industry. I love educating. I love sort of trying to separate fact from fiction. I love helping people. I love sort of the healing aspect of facials and transforming somebody's skin. I love formulating products. I love being creative. I love trying to simplify people's lives with products. I like trying to create the best possible product and offer the best value to a customer as well. Those are things that are very important to me. No, but I love the industry. I do. I love the industry. And I love talking to other people in the industry about it too. Oh, wait. That's a tough question. Wait, I'm gonna have to sit with this one for a second. You can't choose your own great ones. What's your favorite cleanser? Okay, so I can't choose my own cleansers. That is so hard. I honestly don't know, because the one thing that I really do not stray from, not that I stray from my own products, but like I'll trial things, but really for me cleansing is like, we do cleansing right at Jordan Samuel Skin. And I don't think I've actually strayed in a while. You have me stumped. I wanted to answer this because I sort of felt like you had me stumped. I'm trying to think. Oh. So listen, this is a very expensive product. So I'm not necessarily recommending that you purchase it. But Amanda Lacey's cleansing pomade is the most beautiful, like white milk glass, beautiful aroma, melts down, removes easily. It's an arm and a leg, but it's lovely. But I feel like I need another one. But I can't think of one. This is hard. Okay, no, I feel like I'm going to stand by that because that was sort of the first thing that came to mind, and that seems to be... Or something like the Eve Lom, I think it's called like Gel Balm or Balm Gel. It's the newest one from the Eve Lom range. But I'm basically saying that because it reminds me of the... But let's be honest, at the end of the day, after show for sensitive skin, or the matinee, and something we're working on, which I've already talked about before, which is the cream cleanser. They're so good, I promise. They're so good. Okay, let's see here. Oh. What's your go-to quarantine snack? It's been cashews. In terms of snacks, I'm trying to keep healthy snacks on hand. So it's been, is it the Sumo oranges? The Sumo oranges and cashews have been my go-to healthy snack. And wine? Is that a snack? Is wine a snack? Okay, wait, I'm answering this question because it's in conjunction with what I was just asked. If you ran out of a cleanser on a desert island, what would you use? Yes, bit of skincare survivor question. I would use... I mean, I don't know. If you were like savvy and somehow managed to boil water, I would boil water and then I would just use water and really good friction to cleanse the skin. Possibly adding a little bit of sand in, which I know sounds, don't do that often, but to just exfoliate the skin. I'm trying to think of things that would be on a desert island that you could possibly use, because, maybe some of the plants could be, a oil producer and you could do like an oil cleanse, but like, are you really going to know how to extract the plant to get the oil out? No, I don't think so. So probably, honestly, that's a good question. I need to be a little bit more outdoor, adventurous, savvy. Okay, I'm going to, let's see. Oh my God, so many questions. This is amazing. Thank you all. Okay, let's go here. Is vitamin C best ingredient for texture? I'm 35 and my skin is dull and textured. If so, any product works. I wouldn't say vitamin C is the best. Two things here, because I'm going to go into my barrier repair soapbox that I'm on. But no, I would say something like a retinol, a vitamin A, or an alpha hydroxy acid, or a beta hydroxy acid, depending on what your skin condition is like, will be better for texture. However, knowing that if you've been somebody that has maybe been exfoliating like crazy and you're like, I have all this texture and I have all this dullness, and that could be a sign, especially if you're exfoliating, of a broken down barrier. And you need your ceramides, and you need your humectants, and you need your peptides. So you actually need the exact opposite of what you would think you need. It can be tricky, but I want to get that out there because I see a lot of recommendations for something like, my skin is dull and textured. The immediate thought would be to go towards an acid or a retinol, like I recommend it, and they absolutely do work if that's the issue. However, if, again, the problem is more from overusing the skin in terms of overexfoliating it, overusing vitamin A, overusing vitamin C, washcloths, hot water, detergents, foaming cleansers, you want to build that barrier back up, and you will see a luminosity come back, a juiciness come back. You will see texture smooth out, feed the skin. I'm seeing somebody ask about the signs of a compromised skin barrier. It can be a lot of things. It can be heat in the skin, redness in the skin, surface dehydration lines that you normally don't see, some bumps, some congestion, breakouts, redness, flakiness. But what you have to do is you have to look at it and then also look at what you're using. These exfoliants that people recommend every single day just should not be used every single day. And if you could possibly get there, you possibly get there over the matter of a few months and building the skin up and getting used to it and strengthening it. But it's not for everybody, and it's bad. It's bad market. I'm just not a fan of it. I've seen so many negative effects from that because the back of the bottle says every day, AM, PM, or it's recommended that way. But I'm just not a fan. You have to find your skin's own sweet spot with exfoliation and with cleansing for that matter, and vitamin A for that matter, and your skin's own sweet spot with a percentage too. So as much as I recommend slow and steady, and some people might be able to do a slow and steady more often, like for instance, a lot of people can use our retinol treatment oil every single night. I really can't, but it's the one I can use, but I use it less often. So it's finding your sweet spot with a percentage as well. But I would check in all those things. So yes, if you're not somebody who's overexfoliated, overused actives, overused retinols, then maybe start an acid or retinol to help with texture. If the texture is possibly from overusage, look at things like fatty acids, ceramides, humectants, butters, peptides, you name it. Love this. I see this question coming in. Met you at your meet and greet in King's Cross. Well, hello. Thank you for coming in London. Where was the best meal you had here? Oh, gosh. We had two... Well, first of all, the event I did with Cult Beauty, which was at... Oh, my God. It was a private women's club, and it was so beautiful, and I'm now dropping the name on it. Albright, Mayfair. Beautiful. And the food and the wine and the drinks were amazing. So that, for sure. Then we also went to the Ivy in Covent Garden. Amazing. And then my favorite one that I've been to so far is in London, and it's Cicconi's Mayfair in London. I mean, hello. Italian, and that was our final night, and it was so delicious. But at Cult Beauty, they made this drink, which was out of this world. It was Hendrick's Gin, rose liqueur, and soda water with rose petals on top. And it was delicious. So we had very good meals everywhere. Okay, before Okay, so I mentioned Common. I want to mention the next guest, and I want to show some choreography for some of you for things that you can also be doing at home right now, which will add a little sparkle to your skin. Okay, I'm just making sure that some of these questions are a little bit, not duplicates, but similar enough. What advice do you have for male estheticians? Awesome, stay with it. And really, honestly, anymore, it's not, it used to be more of a rarity. It is not anymore. The biggest issue I had, for good reason, was waxing and waxing certain areas of a woman's body. And sometimes they did not feel comfortable, and I never took offense to it. And I always made sure that any place I worked at, or if it was myself, they were aware of the situation that was going on. But find the best school with the best credentials, get as much advanced training as you can, as much hands-on experience as you can in what you want to do. Some people want to go into makeup, some people want to go into waxing, some people want to go into skincare. I wanted to go into skincare, so I found a spa where I knew I was going to be booked from morning to night, hands-on with skin all the time. And I mean, there's so many great things now that, like, I'm still absorbing that I wish I had when I was starting out. Like, for instance, Nerida's course on educateyourskin.com, on how to be a 5-star esthetician, watching all of her videos on YouTube, watching Joanna Vargas and all of her videos. There's just Caroline Hiron's blog. I mean, it's endless. So and I hope that we provide also lovely videos on YouTube and our blog as well. So that is what I would recommend. Okay, wait, I lied. I'm going to answer. I saw one question pop up about, which is, okay. What is your favorite lip product when you're using acids and retinol and lips are just irritated? Yes. So for me, actually, it is Glossier's Balm.com original. No flavor, no scent, no nothing. The original one. It does have petrolatum in there, but plus other oils and beeswax. And I just feel like it is such a great occlusive. It stays there. It helps. I love it. I love it. A little goes a long way. It's super easy to use, and it really, really helps with that. Okay, so next, so I told you we have obviously Tuesday Talks today, this Friday at 10 a.m. Don't worry, I'll have all this information up on Instagram, but I will be with Common, the author of Bella Figura and maker of Common's Magic Balm, and we will be talking how to bring Bella Figura into our lives currently, and also afterwards as well, because it's something that I think we all need to do, and we will all need to do in the new world that sort of happens after this. And then on Monday, so a little bit less than a week, Joanna Vargas and I, we don't have a time yet, but Joanna Vargas and I will be doing a live together, which I can't wait. She is a close friend. I miss her. I've not seen her in a while. And so that will be exciting. And then put in the comments too, because I will take a look at this later. What would you like to see? I'm sure a lot of you are going to say you want Nerida back, which absolutely. But if there's any other estheticians, dermatologists, yeah, I'm trying to do the whole gamut, right? We have a little bit of lifestyle going on with Common. We have 2 different estheticians in Nerida and Joanna, well, and then myself 2, 3. I would love to get some fitness talk going on too, and what you can do at home, because that also comes out in really great skin and is really great for mental health as well. Maybe like a dermatologist. Caroline is what, yes, I would love to. I will beg Caroline. So let me know who you think. I will see if I can beg them to come on live with me. And if I can, I will absolutely have them here. But yeah, I want to do a lot of holistic type fitness, lifestyle, skin, different ideas for skin. Did I say fitness? And maybe even like diet and cooking. Not diet. This is not a time for a diet. Excuse me. But cooking too in general. And I also want to show some really great, easy, affordable, straightforward, of course, Italian-inspired meals that we've been cooking, and really easy recipes. So pop that down in the comments, and I will see what I can do. But yeah, so Common this Friday. I'm so excited. Joanna on Monday, and then me again on Tuesday, of course, with our YouTube videos on Wednesday. This video will probably end up going up. I don't need to tell you now because you're here watching it, but April 1st on YouTube if everything goes correct. I really want to try to save this onto my iPad, see how we can do it. I feel like many great questions get covered here that I don't want it to just last for 24 hours and then go away. So I would love to have these up on the YouTube channel if possible as well. Okay? Okay. So, oh, I didn't bring a towel. Okay, so, well, whatever, fine. Then I'm going to show you, what should I show you? That's pretty straightforward. So I know I'm going to show you some of my favorite ways. One of my favorite things, okay, so after show treatment cleanser or after show treatment cleanser for sensitive skin. I've talked about this. I've shared how to choreograph your own skincare routine. But something you can do with this, obviously dry hands, dry face, melts down makeup, melts down SPF. It's a great first cleanse, but also a great second cleanse if you're dry or dehydrated. For me, sometimes at night, it's my only cleanse. I absolutely adore it. You can also add Hydrate facial serum to it to make a cream cleanser. You can also add Hydrate facial serum to it to make a great mask. You can also pair it with the soothing facial oil to make a super soothing, hydrating mask. And it's one of my favorite ways because a lot of people just haven't tried it out, and I want to show you a little bit of what happens when you start combining these great things together. So this is the gel to oil sensitive cleanser just as is. And this is how you would make either a cream mask or a cream cleanser. I'm going to add a good amount just so you can really get the effect here. And once you start getting this going, you will see this turns into the most luscious cream. So it's either a lovely cream cleanser, which a lot of people love to use this as. However, this, like I can even feel it right now on my skin. You get a little bit of that cooling sensation from the aloe and the glycerin and the cucumber and the sodium hyaluronate on the skin mixed with the green tea and the aloe and the chamomile and calendula and the olive, grapeseed, jojoba oils from the sensitive cleanser. To me, when people ask what my favorite facial mask is, it's actually taking the sensitive cleanser and Hydrate facial serum and sometimes the soothing oil and turning it into this luscious cream mask and leaving it on 20 to 30 minutes. Apply a thick layer. Your skin will feel super plump, super juicy. You can remove it by rinsing. You can remove it with a washcloth. It is truly one of my most, do you like how I'm going to try to, there we go, I got it, ways to utilize these products. There are no surfactants, there's no foaming agents or detergents or acids or retinols in the cleanser, so to leave this on is absolutely fine. It's not going to dehydrate the skin, it's going to feed the skin. Combining it again with Hydrate facial serum or the soothing facial oil is a dream, Oh, and I feel like I can feel compared to these two hands right now. My hands, actually, maybe I should do a hand mask tonight. That's super indulgent, but this feels really good on my hands right now. Really good on my hands right now. But so I highly recommend that. I was going to show simple things too, now that I'm a mess and I'm not going to stand up. But things that I've shown before, but mixing Hydrate facial mist. We have a great post up on our feed today about ways you can use the Hydrate facial mist outside of just the general misting, how to use it mixed as an essence, whether combining it with the soothing facial oil or the retinol oil, and it creates this great oily water, milky emulsion, and it just goes into the skin and it leaves you feeling super hydrated. Layering Hydrate mist with Hydrate facial serum, doing steps of mist and serum and mist and serum. Misting too, a lot of people don't like to have a clay mask dry on their skin because it can dehydrate the skin. You can still get the benefits of a purifying clay mask while also hydrating and rehydrating and misting that clay so it doesn't dry and dehydrate on the skin. It makes it easier to remove. It alleviates a lot of surface dryness and dehydration, so also a great tip with the mist. Another tip is a lot of people don't like to jump out of the shower and on straight damp skin put on their body oil. They do like, which I understand the philosophy about, they like to dry their body, but then they don't want to put their body oil on a dry skin. Totally get that. Hydrate facial mist all over the body and then putting on oleo per il corpo is heavenly. I have an interview coming up in Dig Boston talking about that because it is one of my favorite things and life-changing. Mixing the retinol oil into this peptide moisturizer, it just makes it buildable, antioxidant rich, retinol rich, peptide rich, mixing it with the soothing oil, mixing it with Hydrate facial serum. I mean, the list is endless, and we'll do more of these. Body oil in the shower is actually a great thing. I know I've seen photos of, oh my God, Bart, OMG Bart, using or having the body oil in his shower. It's one of the best things if you have the room and the ability and you're sure-footed to be able to put that on, great. But you can also still incorporate the mist, and it's just, the skin feels so, so good. But I want to talk about more ways because I want you to really have the power in your hands to choreograph your own skincare routine and do these lovely masks and cream cleansers and buildable moisturizers and essences and serums with the products that you have at home, that you have already in your range, or even taking some of the facial products down to the body. Not being excessive with it, but just enough to care for it. A few drops of the soothing oil into your favorite hand cream is going to do wonders, especially because of the soy bioflavonoids, taking down redness and inflammation and irritation. And then just adding more antioxidants and plant oils and fatty acids to your hand cream. Amazing. But those are just a few of the lovely things that you can do with choreographing your own skincare routine with Jordan Samuel Skin. But thank you all for joining. I'm going to finish my wine because it's been a day, as it has been for everybody. I hope you have a lovely week. I will see you Friday. It's going to be early for some of us. You might see some bags at 10 a.m. from me, but such is life. I'm so excited to talk to Common. Like I said, I'll put up a thing for questions from her. I'm going to do what I did with Nerida, where I take the questions off, and because if we get a lot of duplicates, I'll narrow them down to maybe the top 8 so we can really stay on track. And then I will also do the same with Joanna. And put in the comments, if you haven't already, who you would possibly like to see me talk to. Again, doing some fitness talk, not like you have to work out, but fitness and what it does for the body and the mind and skin. I'm talking with estheticians, talking cooking, lifestyle, things like that. It is time for TLC. It is time for us to reset truly. I'm sending you all love and health. Be well. And thank you all for joining. As always, I'm sorry I was a little bit late today, but I forgot to update the iPad. I'm sorry. Sending you all lots of love. Until next time, and hopefully you'll be able to see this on YouTube. Bye.